So when when black, just wants to settle, he will jump into the 3/3 point.
Right. White will block. This is the typical side that he blocks on, and this is proceeding just the same way as in this variation.
Right. And he does this to separate, obviously.
Right. He threatens to separate.
Black has to play here because if he doesn't, and if he lets white play this move, he will almost assuredly lose this stone. So he has to give himself more breathing room. He needs to give himself more eye space. So he pushes up once.
Right. White can't do this. There's a reason why, which I think we covered on the other branch.
Yeah, we can cover it here real briefly.
Yeah.
There's a trick here because this stone exists, white can't hane here. That's the thing to remember. Because of this stone, white can't hane. Because black can play here, which is sente.
Mm-hmm. White has to come down now to still threaten to keep them separated.
And then black can cut. Right. We're not going to go through the whole variation. This is how it starts. White gets a really bad result. Maybe we can link the other one in the video, in the comments. So this will be the variation if your opponent hanes at the head of 2 stones. Always remember this because this has happened to me a lot in games. It always turns out good for me.
Right.
If the opponent doesn't know that they can't hane here, you can just descend once and then cut.
Cause a lot of problems for one of the 2 groups that now get separated. So because white can't do that, white has to go ahead and go this way.
Yep. And then black hanes on the bottom, threatening to connect up.
So white stops that.
Now white is about to play an Atari, and remember an Atari on the second line is almost guaranteed death. So black needs to defend his stone.
Right. And now this stone's in danger if it doesn't link up. We covered this in I think in the AlphaGo videos, which we'll link to also, that this is an option. It's not as standard. This is the normal move. It's just to connect up. So we'll talk about that.
And I'm not sure that this works with the stone with the second, with the 2 space high. I'm not sure. It might. I'm not sure it's been looked at.
Yeah.
So
regardless, though, we'll. It's easy to see why you play this, though. You protect that stone. You keep these groups are now really separated.
If white plays somewhere else, black cuts immediately and eats a stone.
Right.
Now, because white had to defend last, black has sente, so he will give himself one more space of breathing room, and this is also good because it lets him potentially get out into the center later in the game.
Yeah, keeps him from being sold in. I think the shape of this, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he needs that to live.
I think he does,
in the corner, because if he descends, then it's a...
Having sente, I misspoke. He doesn't have sente. He does need to play this in order to live.
Right. And then, now this is the key point, though. This is where things are different from the one-space pincer here. If it was the one-space pincer, this is close enough that we could end the Joseki there and white could play away somewhere if he wanted. Mm-hmm. In this case, because this stone is a little higher and a little further away, white actually really owes another move back here to keep himself connected all through there and prevent any problems from the Aji that creates coming back on him later.
Yeah, exactly. If white was to play something else, black later in the game could descend, threaten to connect up, white responds, and then black jumps out. And you see that all of white's potential territory now is gone, and this stone isn't close enough to truly threaten this group. Mm-hmm. So because of the distance here, white really needs to play this cap.
I think that's a good way to think of it. Otherwise, because white's giving black this solid for sure. Mm-hmm. What he's getting out of it is the influence he's getting from those stones. So if black can take this and then turn around and nullify that influence, that's good for black. So that's why white won't allow that to happen. But then I think at that point now the Joseki's concluded.
Joseki's concluded. So what did white get?
White. First of all, white is probably going to eat this stone. He's probably going to get a few points here, and he's going to get some influence along this side of the board.
Yeah, it looks like maybe 11 points of territory.
If black doesn't end up skating under or something.
Yeah. But, gave up sente to do it, but 10 to 11 points, it's pretty good.
And not being sealed in.
Yeah. And black gets... maybe 10 points. So it's equivalent.
Yeah.
Right? About 10 points of territory. You might be thinking, well, why would white ever want to play this move if he has to give up Sente to do it? And the reason is that when white has a stone here, look how, if this was to play out, look how crowded it is.
Kind of overconcentrated.
Yeah, it's overconcentrated, and he's not getting nearly as much territory. So when white plays here, yes, he owes a move. Mm-hmm. He has to play this. He loses Sente.
Right.
But he's getting as much territory as black is getting from the 3/3 invasion.
Right. All right.
All right, let's go on to the next one.